Hello, you're watching the Sunbeam Alpine channel on YouTube. It's Thursday evening, the 5th of June 2025. We've been doing lots of miles in Alpi recently. We got back from touring Dorset on Tuesday night. We MOT'd Alpi on Wednesday, and tomorrow, early in the morning, we're off to Laon in France, the Laon Classic. This video tells the story of our adventures in France. I hope you enjoy it. The car's fully packed up with all the luggage you need for a long weekend away. It's one of the advantages of having a Series 5. You've got a nice big boot, and below those suitcases we've got the built-in toolbox that we covered in one of our other videos on the Sunbeam Alpine channel. So we're carrying lots of tools and spares under the boot floor, and all of this luggage in the boot, still got plenty of room to spare. Well, it's 6 o'clock, Friday morning. The weather is much better than the forecast, and we're off to Laon. First we've got to do, meet up with Cliff and Lorraine in their Series 3. We met on the A2 and then down to Dover Docks to get the ferry. Loads of classic cars were there, doing the same as us. They packed us all onto the ferry, and then off we went to Calais. Once we landed in Calais, we all split up and went in different directions. Some groups went to the 2K for a photo shoot. We took the back roads. We wanted to enjoy the journey rather than just get there quickly. The weather was better than forecast, but very changeable. Raining hard one minute, bright sunshine the next, so we kept the roof up all the way down. Sometimes English people are nervous about driving in Europe because they drive on the other side of the road. It only takes a few minutes and you're used to it. It really isn't anything to worry about. By taking the back roads, you see mile after mile of lovely countryside. The roads are flat and smooth, and there's much less traffic there than there is in England. After a very enjoyable day driving through the French countryside, we arrived at the Best Western Hotel in Soissons, which was to be our base for the weekend. The weather forecast remained awful. So it was time for a well-deserved beer. Other Alpine owners on the trip were doing the same elsewhere. Well, it's Saturday morning and we're in the underground car park at the hotel at Soissons. We're about to set off, about a 20-minute drive to Laon, and it's raining, as the forecast said it would. So this is the last time. Alpi's going to be dry for a little while because we got a wet day, probably a wet tomorrow as well. But we're having great fun. We're about 145 miles down into France from Calais, and what a great adventure we're having. We're driving into Laon to register at Park Folk, then we're off to a racetrack. This is very much a moving event, it's not a static car show. 670 classic cars are registered for the weekend at Laon, plus there's a load of classic motorcycles. About 50% of them come from England.
Alpine owners, here they are. Hello guys.
C'est des voitures de rallye, non? Ouais, à la base. Ouais. So you all start at the top of the, yeah, and you follow the arrow.
This is where you book in to get your goodie bag. Depending on your numbers, depends on which queue you've got to join.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to our friends from the press who are here covering the event. We've got the local newspaper you'll receive with your papers.
It was great to see other members with Alpines and Tigers here. All weekend, wherever we went, people were waving at the cars and cheering us on. At Follenbray, we were able to drive a little bit on the actual race circuit and then park up together with hundreds and hundreds of other classic cars. In England, health and safety rules would stop you doing this. The organisers gave us a great route and a good day of driving through the countryside. We went into Laon town centre early on the Sunday morning, before many people were about and before there were any crowds there. We drove much of the route on our own, just having a look at the city and the buildings Absolutely lovely. The Laon Historique has been running for 34 years now, and the locals put in a lot of effort to make the town look lovely and to be welcoming to all the visitors. We spent several hours exploring the town and looking at the buildings. Gradually other cars arrived and filled up all the car parks in the town. Every spare space had a classic car running. Laon sits on the top of a hill and has a commanding view over the surrounding countryside.
Bonjour.
We weren't able to get the Sunbeams parking together, but all of the Sunbeam owners were having fun wherever they were in the town. Greetings from Laon. This is Sunday morning and it's the 8th of June and we're going to go on the drive around the town very shortly.
Well, not that shortly.
Well, not that shortly at all, really.
5 hours.
Coffee and
In 5 hours time, after we've had plenty of coffee and croissants and Lord knows what else we can find. But we're having great fun.
Yes, indeed we are.
Throughout the morning, more and more classic cars poured into Laon. Some were very nice, but obviously not as nice as the Sunbeams.
Well, if I take a picture of you to an stand, we'll swap.
We had a lot of fun exploring the town. Some other car clubs sent large contingents of cars. There were a lot of Morgans there, for example. The town hall in Laon was the base for the organisers and was where they conducted the safety briefings from.
Good morning, welcome officially to the 34th edition of the Laon Historique Rally. Great to see you all here. Thank you all for being here this morning. Hope you enjoyed the day yesterday. We've had some very nice compliments on the route. I hope you enjoyed the route through the countryside and the stop at the circuit at Folon-Ray. So,
Soon we were out on the drive itself. Each lap of the town took about 40 minutes, and you could do as many laps as you wanted.
If it's moving on the top, it's video.
Tiger, les deux tigers qui sont ensemble. Mais c'est un petit roadster quand même anglais avec un moteur 4 cylindres. Dans ce seul sub de la journée, 900 turbo, un cabrio qui a été lancé à du marché nord-américain. Là, c'est un modèle 91 ou 92. On enchaîne avec les Sunbeam Alpine. Il y en a un, il y en a deux. Alors, il y a une évolution des moteurs, 1,6 litre, 1,7 litre. Et c'est un...
When the run through Laon was over, it was time for the drive back through the countryside to Soissons. We had had another great day of driving. It's Monday morning, we're about to start the drive home from Soissons back to Calais. Just had a quick check of the fluids. Not used any oil, we've not used any coolant. All looking good, no leaks apparent. Going to be on our way shortly. If you've never driven in France, it's hard to describe the difference between their roads and ours. The roads are flat smooth, very little traffic on them. Whereas our roads, you've always got a car behind you, always got a car in front of you, and you spend so much time avoiding the potholes. It's not like that here. We'd booked a late ferry, and we spent the whole day driving through these lovely country roads. We came back via Saint-Omer and then on to Calais port. Dover, we bid farewell to Cliff and Lorraine. They went up the A2 and home, and we carried on back to Hythe. Well, it's Monday evening, the 9th of June 2025. We're back in Oily Puddle's garage again, and we've covered 561 miles since we started first thing on Friday morning. Had a great weekend at Laon and met lots of lovely people, loads of beautiful classic cars. If you've never done an event like this, thoroughly recommend it. Thank you for watching the video. Some of the Sunbeams in this video covered over 950 miles on this trip. None of us had any problems. We use Alpi all year round. In just the last 2 weeks, we've covered over 900 miles. These cars were made for driving, so drive them. If you're still watching the video after this length of time and you haven't got bored and turned it off, the chances are that you're either thinking about doing something similar or you've done something similar and you're comparing our experience with your own. Well, either way, I'd absolutely recommend that you do it. Some people are nervous about driving in Europe because they drive on the other side of the road to what they do in England. Within 10 minutes of being there, you will be used to driving on the other side of the road. A little bit of preparation, looking up their road rules and the things you have to carry with you is well worth doing. You obviously need to have breakdown cover just in case you should have a problem. But if you have a Sunbeam Alpine and you're a member of the Owners Club, you can also be part of Distress Line. And Distress Line has members in France, Germany, Holland, Belgium, all across Europe. And even if they're nowhere near a place where you may break down or have a problem, having someone who knows the local rules, probably speaks the local language, can be invaluable. So I'd thoroughly recommend that you join Distress Line. Definitely going to need breakdown cover, but most classic car insurance companies include this, and all you have to do is tell them the dates that you're going abroad between. It's absolutely super to drive abroad. The roads are much smoother than they are in England. There's much less traffic on them. You can drive for miles without seeing another car. I thoroughly recommend it. If you've often wondered about going, why not put some plans in place and give it a go? If you're nervous about going on your own, you can always go with somebody like Scenic Car Tours, who was the people that we used for Laon. You can book the hotels and crossings and everything yourself, and you'll save a couple of pounds, but it's not a huge saving. And if you have a professional company that books things for you, you've got someone to go to if you have any problems, and they will have contacts that can help you. I hope that this short video has inspired you to do something in your Alpine. There's no need to worry it won't make the trip or you're going to break down. None of our Sunbeams had any problems on this trip, and touch wood, we don't normally. If you look after the car, you service it regularly, then it will repay you by covering very high mileages with very little trouble. The Sunbeam Alpine is a far better car than most of the other classic cars that you see being used and sold. So hopefully you're going to see your Alpine next time we go abroad. Maybe we'll see you in France or Germany, or later in the year we'll be in Italy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.